The human experience is a tapestry woven with threads of joy, sorrow, triumph, and, perhaps most universally, insecurity. We all carry them, these nagging doubts and whispers of inadequacy, tucked away in the corners of our minds. They manifest in countless ways, shaping our behaviors, influencing our choices, and coloring our perceptions of the world. I've spent a lot of time observing people, both outwardly and introspectively, and it struck me how pervasive insecurity is. It's the quiet hum beneath the surface of even the most seemingly confident individuals. You see it in the braggart who needs to constantly inflate their ego, desperately seeking validation from external sources. You see it in the wallflower, who shrinks into the background, convinced they are invisible or unworthy of attention. You see it in the perfectionist who strives for an unattainable ideal, driven by the fear of being judged as imperfect. What's fascinating is the sheer variety of insecurities. Some people wrestle with body image, constantly comparing themselves to unrealistic standards perpetuated by media and society. They scrutinize their reflections, picking apart perceived flaws, convinced that their worth is tied to their physical appearance. Others struggle with social anxiety, terrified of being judged, rejected by their peers. They overthink every interaction, replaying conversations in their minds, searching for hidden meanings and perceived slights. Still, others grapple with imposter syndrome, convinced that their accomplishments are a fluke and that they will soon be exposed as a fraud. They attribute their success to luck or circumstance, downplaying their own talent and hard work. The roots of insecurity are complex and multifaceted. They can stem from childhood experiences, perhaps from critical or neglectful parents, or from bullying or social exclusion. They can be fueled by societal pressures, the constant barrage of images and messages that tell us we are not good enough, not thin enough, not successful enough. They can also arise from our own internal narratives, the stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what we are capable of. But here's the thing about insecurities. They are not fixed. They are not an immutable part of our being. They are learned, and therefore they can be unlearned. The first step is awareness, recognizing our insecurities, acknowledging their presence, and understanding their triggers. Why do we feel insecure in certain situations? What thoughts and beliefs fuel those feelings? The next step is self-compassion, treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a friend who is struggling, challenging our negative self-talk, reframing our thoughts, and focusing on our strengths and accomplishments. It's about recognizing that everyone makes mistakes, everyone has flaws, and that's okay. It's part of being human. Perhaps the most powerful antidote to insecurity is connection. Building meaningful relationships with people who accept us for who we are, flaws and all. Sharing our vulnerabilities with trusted friends and family, realizing that we are not alone in our struggles. Knowing that we are loved and valued, not for what we do or how we look, but simply for who we are. Overcoming insecurity is a journey, not a destination. It's a process of self-discovery, self-acceptance, and self-love. It's about learning to quiet the inner critic, to embrace our imperfections, and to celebrate our unique strengths and talents. It's about recognizing that our worth is not determined by external validation, but by our own internal sense of self-worth. And ultimately, it's about realizing that we are all worthy of love, belonging, and happiness, just as we are.